Welcome to another podcast of the current situation at Manchester United. Manchester United, through a disappointing performance, drew against Southampton, the Saints at home. A few key pointers to take from this disappointing game. First of all, and I might spend a few minutes on this, but that was not a red card. That was not. That's not even a foul. That's not even a foul. I'm not saying that because other Man United fans have seen it. I have two eyes and I can tell when a foul is a foul. That's not a foul. He won the ball. That is not a foul for one. And for two, that's not even a booking. Casemiro should have still been on the pitch. So that was poor refereeing, man. He took out a yellow card, which meant that he was of the conviction that based on the contact he made to the player, it was worthy of a yellow. Again, that's not a foul to begin with. But if you go say it's a foul, then okay, you go give him a yellow. But if you go to VAR to like, go see the challenge and see whether it's a yellow or not, that shows that he was undecided and he was convinced of the fact that it was a yellow. Again, it's not a yellow card, it's not a red card, it's not a foul. He shouldn't have been he should still be on the pitch. But despite Casimir getting sent off, we didn't play well. We did not play well starting in the first half. We played catch up, basically second fiddle to Southampton. We're behind the eighth ball. I mean, we didn't have much of the I mean, I'm not sure of the statistics, but if I had to like wing it, I would say that we were actually behind in terms of ball position. Um, I'm not a fan of Bruno Fernandes playing as a eight in the midfield alongside Casemiro. That's dude. Cause Bruno Fernandes, this was one of his most dire performances I've ever seen him in a good while. Bruno Fernandes, man, I don't even want to start on that bridging, but I'll just say this: that the team, I'm not going to target any specific player to blame them for this performance, although there were some players that got chances to put to bed, but they didn't put to bed. But this performance was not of a high. This is not a Manchester. I thought dude, if I did not know better, I would think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was still managing Manchester United based on the performance. It it was just reminiscent of like slow, static transition of football, playing second hand, catch up, counter. That's just the vibes I was getting from this game against the Saints. Rashford had a few chances. Wakehorse, my man was sacrificed upside down, so he had to come off because of the red card that was unworthy and unjustifying. But it was Wakehorse was substituted to bring on a defender to add some stability at the back four. Speaking of the back four, Lisandro Martinez had a good performance. The yellow card that was issued to him, I think. I think it was dude. The referee. Let me say this about the referee because I've said this before and I'm going to say it again. The game of football is not a game of football anymore, especially when it comes down to, because when anybody knows about football, I'm not talking about egg-shaped football, but if you want to induct egg-shaped football, as in rugby or NFL, do that because all of those games, NFL, rugby, soccer, i.e., football, which is actually football, the main common factor with these sports is that they are a physical sport. So I don't see how Casemiro can be sent off for that. Dude, in 2012, Manchester United played against Man City at the Etihad Stadium. Company got sent off because of a challenge he did to Nani. Dude, if you look at the challenge that Company did to Nani, you would think that was the cleanest tackle in the game. That's not a foul. It was a foul. It was Howard Webb. Howard Webb. This was a period where person were saying Howard Webb was on the payroll of Manchester United's books. Isn't me? This is when person were saying, oh, How old we will, this is a Manchester United boy managing the game. I mean, of course, you're going to expect Manchester United to win this game. It's Howard Webb. Hey, Howard Webb or not, being in Manchester United favors whatever, but that was not a foul when Company go foul Nani. If you look at the foul, which is not a foul against Nani in 2012 in the FA Cup, that was not a foul, man. Again, I don't want to digress, but the point is that the game is not the football game anymore. It's like any touch of the body, you're gone down, it's a red card. The game is a joke, man. Why are you crying? Why are you falling over? You're falling over like you just, I don't know, like someone push you down or you fell over a stone or something. And go get a, and and the person that claimed to tackle you get a red card. The game is in the gutter, man. But this is just a modern game. It's getting pussified. Persons. I mean, some of these play. The game of football needs a dosage of testosterone, isn't it? Because this game is just. But anyway, I don't want to digress from the performance. Yeah, so Bruno Fernandes, although I said I wasn't going to name out players that were not performing, but just to name out a few, Bruno Fernandes was not at the races at all today. Hey, we got caught out a few times because if Theo Walcott, and it's Theo Walcott, so if this bridging is 1-on-1, don't expect him to score. But he was 1-on-1, and David here made a couple of good saves, and it just shows you that David is still important to Manchester United. Wan-Bissaka gave away the ball. Yeah, man, can't be doing that, especially when you're losing possession in that position, because you're allowing the opposition to be in possession of the ball to counter attack you, which happened in the case of Wan-Bissaka giving away the ball. Another thing to point out was that I'm not going to name every player, but it was just a type of dude. It was a disastrous not a disaster. I'm not going to say it's a disastrous performance, but we should have at least got nicked a goal. At least gotten a goal to just see the game out. Although it's at home and we're supposed to be more expansive than usual, but this game was just not. The settings wasn't there. I'll say that the settings was not there. But we move. That game is now history, so we have to move on to our next game, which is against Betis, away from home. Yeah, away from home on Thursday. Yeah, man. So yeah, today was not a good day, man. We have to cement our place as in the top three though, because Tottenham won the game yesterday. Arsenal won a couple minutes ago. I think they won an hour. Man, I think they won the first half. They must have scored 3 goals in the first half. Trossard run riot, man. But back to us, we have improvements to make, and let me just say this before I finish, because I want to finish this under 10 minutes. We have to have a certified plan B, and I've said that in my last video podcast when it comes on to adaptation. If our plan A is not working, if our players if our players sent off, if our main players are injured, what is going to be the plan B? We need a certified plan B that is effective, sufficient for us going forward. It's me. Because today, man, Wake Horse, he had a few chances. He got a soft header. I don't think he was entertaining the ball coming in, but it off his head and saved by the keeper. But we we have improvements to make, man. I'll say that we can't win every game. We know that, but the progress is there. It's very evident. So with that being said, like and subscribe to the channel. Let's not be bombarded by this disaster. Again, it's not a disastrous result, but let's not be bombarded by this poor performance at home. Let's move on with our heads held high. You know, let's move on with our heads held high. So with that being said, like and subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments down below as well. I'm out.